Good morning and welcome to Rockliffe Hall, where we are live streaming a 30-minute yoga class from the garden room. So hopefully you have a mat. Potentially, if you wanted to, you can also use a block just to help for a little bit of extra comfort. And if you'd like to, you can also have a yoga strap, but you don't have to. A mat, even if you're in the living room, on the carpet, it's absolutely fine. Nice and comfortable. So the next 30 minutes, we're going to unwind and get you set up for the entire day. We're going to wake up every muscle in the body and also prepare our minds, our breathing, and hopefully you'll enjoy the next 30 minutes with myself, Michelle Armstrong. And let's begin. So we'll start off just in a nice, easy pose, nice seated position, nice and tall. But you know what? If it's not comfortable for you, you can always take your legs straight out and just be as comfortable as you possibly can. You can also use your block just to sit on to make it a little bit more comfortable for you. So just coming back into your nice, easy pose. So let's just make sure that your sit bones are just nice and balanced. Just rock a little bit so that way you're really comfortable. Let's take our shoulders up towards our ears, down and just relax. Take our hands, the heels of our palms, just lightly over our knees. And let's try to sit up nice and tall. Let's really try to keep your chin parallel to the floor and your eye gaze just straight towards me. So let's just begin just by breathing really lovely and naturally in through the nose and have a little bit of distance just from your lips and breathe out through your mouth. So it's a lovely deep breath in, feeling that lift from the base of your spine. And then as you exhale, that lovely sinking feeling. And just continue for the next minute, just as we prepare you to come in. So we'll take a lovely deep breath in through the nose, lift up, and then just lovely and lightly exhale slowly as the breath leaves your body. Now I'd like to invite you, if you'd like to close your eyes, you can, but if not, just keep them open and you can just watch me from your home. So if you have got your eyes closed or open, as I said, it doesn't matter, it's your choice. I'd like you just to try to set an intention, whatever that may be, one that's yours and yours alone. And then as we breathe, so make sure you keep that intention just parked, just in a nice thought. And then as we breathe, just release any tension that's in your body. And breathe into it, into any area of the body that you can become aware of, that there's tension that just needs that little bit more before we begin. So continue with your breath. Let's just take it to another 4 to 6 breaths. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out in your natural breathing. So let's start to bring the breath and the movement of flow together, just so we can get our bodies ready. So just taking your arms out to the side, take a lovely deep breath in. Then on the exhale, palms to me, and then just slowly exhale down. Inhale, take the arms wider, lifting up through the base of your spine, right to the top of the crown of your head, and then just slowly exhaling down. Let's just do 2 more. Inhale, lifting up through the spine, and then just a lovely exhale as we come all the way down. And just feel that lovely release through the body. And we'll just release it here. Beautiful. Just take your right hand and just place the palm just outside your hip. Take your left arm up, palm facing down, and just come in for a lovely side bend. Just getting that spine nice and ready for what's to come through the workout. Then we go again on the other side. And then a lovely exhale as we go over to the side bend. We inhale, just flow with the arms, and then you exhale. Inhale. And an exhale. And then we're just going to bring it back to the center, bringing our hands back in to the center, and then just taking the shoulders back, just in case you've ended up rolling a little bit too far forward. So from this point, we're actually going to come up to our feet. So just nice and safely, we come on up. So let's be about the center to the front of your yoga mat. So we're going to really begin with some lovely sun salutations this morning, flowing all the way through. Your toes are forward and your heels just underneath your hip bones. So just take your hands just outside your hips, shoulders back, soften the legs, and let's just come into the most basic yoga pose, which is a mountain pose. So we're going to take a lovely deep breath into an extended mountain pose, palms up to the ceiling, and then slowly just release them back down on the outside of our hands and our legs, and then shoulders back. So let's begin. Inhale to an extended mountain pose, palms right to the top into those volcano hands. On the exhale, drop through the shoulders, and then let's slowly come forward to a really wide, super slow forward fold. Keep your knees bent, and just if you want to, you can just hang your hands, fingertips to the mat, or if you're ready, you can come down to your palms. Take another breath in. Let's come up to an extended mountain pose into your flat back extend, or you keep your palms just nicely set into your shins. Coming back down to that forward fold. Bringing your chest right in towards your thighs. Keeping your legs as straight as you possibly can. Taking your hands on the outside of your feet, just drop into your legs a little more, and then let's run a lunge, your left leg back. An option, of course, is to always come down to your knees, or again, you can just keep your back knee off the floor. So try to really think about getting your hips down, and then let's step your right leg back into your down dog position. So from this point, really try to just release one heel down at a time, just so you can really get all of the back of the leg muscles nice and ready. Tuck your head underneath your shoulders. And then when you're ready on the next breath, we slowly float forward to a lovely high plank. Come on down to your knees, your toes down. Slowly let your body weight come down. We're going nice and slow so we can feel every movement. Coming down to a small cobra, making sure the elbows are back. Feeling it in your lower back, into the chest. Tuck your toes back under. Your knees come off last as we come back up to a really lovely down dog. We're going to bring your right leg in towards your chest. Step the leg through or help it through. Come down to your knees. And then if you can, take your left palm down just outside the inside of your right leg. And let's just twist in to the right leg. Take the hand right up to the ceiling. Look up to the hand, feeling that lovely mobilization in your spine. And then bring the right hand back down outside the right foot. Take the back knee back up and step that right leg back again into that lovely down dog. Tucking your head right underneath your shoulders into that upside down V shape. And then let's float again forward into that lovely high plank. Tuck in, belly button into your spine. And if you want to progress, come with me. Without going down to your knees, you can come down. Come on up to a lovely up dog. But again, you can always go back to level one on your knees and a low cobra. Turn your toes back under. Back up we go to a lovely down dog. And bring that right leg back in, step it forward, and then step your left leg in. And let's do it again, extended mountain pose all the way up. Just feel that breath on the exhale, drop your shoulders, and a wide, slow forward fold all the way down. You might feel that you're a little bit warmer now, and that you can get down to your palms, and really bring your chest in. Take your hands halfway up your shins, flat back, extend. The crown of your head should be towards me, really pushing your hips right back. On the next breath, just release it back down to a lovely forward fold, taking your hands on the outside of your feet, dropping into your legs. And now let's step your right leg back, dropping your hips really strong. Remember, you can always come down to your knee as well. And then let's step your left leg back into your down dog. Heels down towards the floor, tucking your head right underneath your shoulders. Slowly floating forward into a lovely high plank. And again, you can come down to your knees now, or follow me. Lower the body weight slowly. Come on up to an up dog. Roll the shoulders back, open the chest. Breathe, look up a little. Turn your toes back under, and back up we go. Heels right down. And then slowly bring your left leg through to the front or help it through. And then just plant your right hand straight down to the floor. And let's now twist in to the left leg, looking up to the ceiling or the sky. Slowly bringing it back. And then stepping your left leg straight back into your down dog. And then slowly bringing that left leg back through the center. Big step forward. Dropping the hips. Feeling that lovely length through your legs and your spine. Big step in. But this time we're going to finish just here. A nice forward fold. Another way to do this is to really think about taking your hands just behind your heels and really trying to bring that chest right in to your thighs. And remember, if it's too much, just bend your legs a little more, or if you can straighten them, do what feels right for you. And then as we rise up, take a lovely deep breath in. Palms together at the top, and let's bring it right down to the heart center. And just relax and breathe. And then just release your hands back down to your basic mountain pose. And then let's begin. So now we're going to begin with our standing strength and a little bit more of the balance. So we're going to actually step and plant your left foot back. So you have your right foot facing forward, your front knee is outside the hip, your back foot, you should have your two heels lined up and your left toes facing the left side. So let's square your hips and your shoulders to the front. Let's take your arms right out to the sides. So really release and reach through your fingers. Roll the shoulders up, back and down. And we're going to come into our warrior two. So let's now bring the arms to the front. So you've got your right hand and your left behind you. Take a lovely deep breath in through the chest. As you exhale, come forward, sinking right down. So your right leg, try to keep it parallel to your hips. The back leg is as straight as possible. It's a little bit too much, just shorten the stance. And then come down, right arm down to the thigh, and come over for that lovely extension. Taking over the arm and just resting the palm down towards the floor. Just release. And then slowly come up to a reverse warrior. Right arm up, holding onto your back leg. And then just making sure you've got that lovely side stretch from the right. And then we're going to find our triangle. So to do that, our right hands. Let's just walk it down the right leg. Your left arm is straight up in line with your left shoulder. And then let's just come down and find your triangle. And if you can progress a little more, you can walk the hands just outside the foot and come down to the palm. Just breathe here, open the chest. And as we slowly come through, we're going to come back up, bring the palms together into the heart center. We're going to leap off the back foot. And remember, keep it low. You decide how good your balance is, and also how high the back leg wants to come as we come through into your warrior three. Back leg is as straight as possible. You can either point the foot or you can flex. And then you can release your arms to the front, in line with your shoulders. You can go wide as straight as an arrow. You can go to your lovely eagle arms straight from behind. There's so many options. can also use your block or your brick for a little bit of support as well. So let's come back in and just reset. Shake your legs out a little bit of movement, and we do that again. So this time, let's step your right leg back. So let's plant it down. So now the back foot is facing the right, your left foot's facing the front, and just make sure you help that knee out a little. So then we slowly square the shoulders and the hips, just to get us into a really lovely position. Arms are out, shoulders behind our ears and down, fingertips out to the side. And then let's slowly bring the arms so the left's facing the front, ready for our warrior two. So let's take a lovely deep breath in. And then as you exhale, start to come towards me. Push through, upper body up, keep that spine really, really lovely and aligned. Breathe through it. On the next breath, let's take the left arm down to the thigh, to that lovely extension, and just release it here. Keep breathing, just feel that lovely power through your legs. And we rise up to a lovely reverse warrior, hold onto the back leg, and come all the way back through. And just hold it here, enjoy the pose, enjoy the feeling. And then let's find your triangle. Again, left arm. Let it just slide down the inner part of your left leg, looking up to the hand, to that right arm, wants to be in line with your shoulder. And again, if you want to progress, come on down to the palm. And then as we come back up and we rise, bringing your hands back into the heart center, step in, and then let's come into our warrior three. So we slowly hinge from the hips, really strong left leg, taking that right leg straight back. And then you decide, where do you want to go with your arms? Do you want to keep them in your prayer hands? Would you like to take them straight out to the front? Would you like to go straight as an arrow out to the side or into your eagle arms? Focus. And we slowly come back in and we just relax. And again, just a little bit of movement through your body. So we're going to come down onto our mats. We're going to really think about opening the hips. If you would like to sit on your block, that's a really nice way just to help it with your knees and also just to get the opening through your hips as well. If not, that's absolutely fine. So we come back into our nice easy pose, shoulders back. And I want you to take a lovely deep breath in. Take your arms all the way up. Look up, get that lovely stretch coming down the throat, fingertips up. Spread your fingers really, really wide. And then we're going to slowly come forward. Let's forward fold. Fingertips. And then slowly eye gaze down towards the mat. You can have fingertips, you can have your palms, or if you want, you can come down to your forearms. And just breathe into this, into the hips, spine, keeping the shoulders back. And then on the inhale, keep your palms down as we lift the chest. And then on the exhale, walk those fingertips and those hands a little bit further forward and slowly and gradually use the breath to come down. And just breathe in here. Hips can be our biggest problems. They can be very, very tight. So it's about just giving that little bit of time. And then we slowly on the inhale come back up. So we're going to progress that a little bit more. If you are quite okay with where you are now, that's fine, you can stay here. If you'd like to progress a little bit further, I'm just going to take the legs a little bit wider. So you can decide where your wide is. So if you think about your yoga mat, if you think about the diagonal of the corners, shoulders are back, relax your feet, And again, sit up nice and tall, shoulders are back. So let's take another lovely deep breath in, take the arms all the way up. Inhale, huge, huge breath in, because this is a big one. And then slowly on that exhale, you slowly just make your way down. You can have arms extended, you can shorten them, and just use that breath and just hold it here. Breathe into this pose. And then as you inhale, lift the chest up. And then as you exhale, all the way down. And then slowly, just starting to come out of that. Just nice and easy. Help your legs back in. You will need a little bit of help with them. Just bring them in and just come in. Just release your legs. So now what we're going to do is lie on our backs. So we're going to slowly turn on our butts and just come on down. So if we're lying down, just make sure that your heels are underneath your knees and you're looking up to the ceiling, and take your arms really wide, palms up to keep your shoulders nice and opened. Then let your knees and your legs come in towards your chest. Keep your feet together, knees as close as possible. We're going to come into our supine twist. So slowly let the knees and the feet drop to one side of the room as you look to the other, keeping your upper back on the floor, and hold it just here. The bottom leg, if you try to bring that heel in a little bit more, you might then think about extending that top leg over, and that's just going to give you a little bit extra on that stretch. You're going to feel it in your lower back, down through your glutes and into your hamstrings as well. And you just breathe into this for as long as you possibly can. So on the next breath, we're going to slowly start to come out, bring the knees back into the center, and then slowly doing exactly the same, but on the other side, and hold it just here. So we hold this breath for a little bit, just so you can come into it first. Make sure the knees are close in towards your chest. Then when you're ready, take that top leg, just extend it out. And remember, this is an option. It's entirely up to you, how you feel this morning. So just keep breathing into that lovely stretch. And then we're going to slowly bring it back in. And let's just hug the legs right in and just rock from side to side, massage your lower back into the mat. And we're going to slowly take our feet down. We are going to be moving into a very small relaxation. So let's extend your legs right out. Take your arms right over your head and just go for a full body stretch. You almost feel yourself grow a few inches from the toes to your fingertips. And then on the next breath, just slowly bring your arms from over your head, outside of your body. And let's try taking the palms up and the knuckles down. And as we just rest here in our corpse pose for a relaxation. So for the next few minutes, we'll just do a very small relaxation. And if at all this is uncomfortable for your lower back, by all means, please just bend your legs, knees up, feet down, and let your knees come in. You can just have your hands out. So as you're down on your mat, we're into our nice relaxation pose. I'd like to invite you just to get really, really comfortable. So just drop your body a little bit more into your mat. And then just slowly close your eyes. If you would like to sit up, you can. But if you're okay in your corpse pose on your mat, just relax your entire body. So with your eyelids closed, nice and softly, perhaps you can even just feel the eyelashes just touching from the top to the bottom. Just start to really get the body into the right position. Think about the shoulders, drop them right down away from your ears. Tucking your shoulder blades into your spine. Just letting your feet fall out. To the left, to the right, loosen all of your toes. And if you'd like to take your thumb and your forefinger, and you can just join them lightly. Just lower your chin a little bit, but not too much, just enough so you can still feel that lovely stretch coming down the back of your neck. And now I'd like to start talking you through the breath. So just take a lovely deep breath in through your nose. Allow that chest to rise. And as you slowly exhale, just feel the fall. Breathe in. Feel the chest lifting right up towards the ceiling. And then slowly exhale as you feel that lovely heaviness coming back down onto your mat. So let's begin and start from the forehead. Just trying to release any tension at all. Breathing in and breathing out. Coming down to your cheeks. And again, if there's any tension, use a breath to release. Coming down to the jaw, unhinge your jaw. Perhaps just let your tongue rest on the top of the roof of your mouth. And just continue to breathe and release any tension. So let's come down to the shoulders. Feel their prominence, their power and their width. They carry an awful lot every day. So just start to feel the life and the energy that lives there. Coming right down your arms, feeling the softness, the length, the lightness, right down to your fingertips. Moving down towards our hips and our pelvis. And as we breathe, just feel the life that lives there. And then coming down the volume of your legs. And perhaps you can start to feel softening of the muscles as they just fall apart. Coming down to the feet. And these are an incredibly important structure. They do so much every day. So look after them. Breathe into them. So on the next inhale, hold it for as long as you possibly can and send that breath and all its nourishment right down to your feet. Continue to breathe. Everything we do in every yoga class that you attend, it always brings us to this moment. This is the moment where you restore not only your body, but your mind. With every breath, just by remaining completely still, is the skill. So embrace it. Perhaps take another deep breath in right here. And can you deepen down to another layer of relaxation, giving all of your body weight all to the earth. Just enjoy relaxation, giving yourself time to restore. So we're going to slowly bring some energy and some movement back into our bodies. So you might want to start just to move your fingertips and each individual toe. And as we slowly come back, you might want to start to rotate your wrist and your feet and your ankles just to bring some movement back in. If you're lying on your back still, just slowly bring in one leg at a time and hug it in just until you get the second. And if you're up sitting with me, just start to move the body a little bit more through the shoulders and just relax through it. So with you hugging your knees and on your back, just rock from side to side, massaging your lower back, just until you are ready to either roll over to a recovery position and then safely and slowly find your way of coming up to an easy pose from where we began the class. So just as we come up, we come back with me, just lightly take the heels of your palms and just rest them over your knees. Long fingers, just let them long. Shoulders back again, sitting up nice and tall. So let's take the arms really wide, connect the fingertips down to the floor, onto your mat. Let's take a lovely deep breath in. Bringing the palms right up, spreading the fingers, slowly coming down into the heart center, into our prayer hands. Thumbs into the sternum. And just as we bow down, just a little bit of appreciation for everything that yoga gives us. And namaste. Thank you very, very much.